Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. I am your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby! Now, as we continue on, and welcome back, by the way, on the next episode for Men97, which is episode 5, only on Disney Plus. Again, this is a spoiler review. If you have not seen this, pause this, give me a thumbs up, because that would help my YouTube channel grow. Go watch all the Men97 episodes so far, come back, and then check out this spoiler review, because I would love to hear your guys' opinions, theories, how you feel about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and much more. So let me know, but definitely watch this first, then watch this. So, y'all been warned. Let's get into it. This episode starts off with a news reporter that's doing like a special report, like sit down like a 60 Minutes or something you'd see with like Oprah or Gail, just one of those. And it's a special on the X-Men, and the reason why is that what's going on, the UN Hall has approved the mutination of Genosha as its new city, and it has a new look. It looks like a town where mutants can live a regular life in their own ways, right? And it's very cool. It's very unique. It looks peaceful, and everybody's just happy, right? But then we get to a scene where Madeline, who's the clone of Jean, she has a new job position where she gets a spot with the consuls. So already from where we left off, she's already moved on, as we think. But at first it made it sound like she was going to go away and keep her distance from the X-Men, from Cyclops and the original Jean. But I guess not. So, and which that was shocking to me. I was like, okay, what are they doing with her? Hopefully they will, in the sense, explain what made her change her mind. She explained, but I was kind of hoping to see a flashback, or maybe, she has a hidden agenda, but nothing shows that as of now, I should say. Because that can all change on that real quick. But in this episode, we see a familiar face / OG character from the X-Men, the one and only Nightcrawler. And it was really cool to see him and Gambit and Rogue reunite on this show. And it's just great to see him still around, and I hope they use him more within this series. Now, Gambit does not trust Magneto, and this is all because of that he knows that him and Rogue are kind of having some type of fling, and he doesn't understand why. And plus, he doesn't trust this place because it seems all suspicious to him. And just again, he's in love with Rogue. So there's a lot of jealousy towards Magneto and all this. And we get a scene where Jean and Logan talk about what's happening. And this is the part where, the OGs, the hardcore fans, the older fans remember that Jean and Wolverine do have a love history. And, Jean's just somewhere trying to find all her memories and stuff. And Logan's trying to be a good friend, and he also still is in love with Jean. You can tell because there was a scene where they kiss, and Wolverine just shut her down because it was very toxicated type situation, and he doesn't want to be the rebound. And also, he just knows that those two are meant to be together. This is again this is like a superhero with drama. This is like TV series, but just in cartoon. This is what the X-Men's always been about, and they still staying to the core of that, which I love that part. That's really awesome. And then we find out some crazy that it just blows their mind. One reason is that Madeline and Cyclops are somewhat seeing each other in like a telepathic way, and the actual real version of Jean Grey, she found out and she was mad. But it just shows that this gonna be a weird love triangle. And it's hard to tell where this is gonna go, but this is the part where Gambit lashes out too. We see in this scene where the journalist just asking Cyclops a question, and he lashes out on them, and just because of his son's situation, it's still hard for him to, deal with that and grief. So, he's saying that people without mutant powers, they don't get it, and they never will. And he just storms off. He was just mad about it. But the journalism, she's trying to help. She's trying to put a positive light on this, so the whole world can get along with this and help this mutant nation thing work, where we're all in peace. Peace, love, and respect. That's what you would think. And then in this episode, we get that Magneto gets an offer on a spot to be the council and as leader as well. But it only comes with one condition. Magneto tells them that he would like to have Rogue as his queen. Rogue is upset about this, but she's also not telling no, so she's kind of deciding about whether she's going to do this or not. But the first thing she wanted to do was tell Gambit everything. And how she explained it is that these two met like way back during the X-Men series. And I can't remember if they had an episode about it, because I didn't rewatch it before this show came out. But they knew each other and they had it, but I guess when things changed, Magneto in his own way just act like he never met her, didn't recognize it, and they act like their flirtation and love that they once had for each other never existed. While Rogue just, her big issue is obviously she physically touches you, she can drain all your power and energy, and you can be like dead. But with Magneto, that doesn't happen with her mutation power because of Magneto's ability and mutant power. So that's why she likes the idea, and it broke Gambit's heart, and they both decided just to be friends. And then, she takes the offer. Well, she thinks she does, and we get this like club, or not club, but a little party, like a old fancy party that you would see in movies or show, like the ballroom dance type. That's what I'm thinking about. And it's up-to-date music, and everybody's dancing, and Gambit and Madeline are talking, and they see Rogue and Magneto dancing, and it's hard for Rogue, and Madeline understands it, especially when Rogue and Magneto kiss. But Madeline goes outside and sees not Cyclops, but what's his name? Cable. I'm sorry, Cable. And Cable is from the future, where we found out that Cable is Nathan, the son of Madeline and Cyclops. And he's trying to warn her, like, hey, something bad's going to happen. He's trying to explain that a big explosion happened. It's just super mega centile. And it's huge. And it can take on the Omega power level mutants. And we see all the mutants getting killed and murked and destroyed. And it's a big battle. We get an epic battle with Gambit just being a heroic. And he's doing his best. Magneto is trying his best. But bam. In this episode, we see Magneto is dead and Gambit. And now, there's still a 50-50 chance they may live. Even from what we saw. Because Rogue went nuts. First, she was heartbroken about watching Magneto get killed. And she tried everything she could do. But even Gambit knew that what she was going to do is suicidal, so he made the ultimate sacrifice to save Rogue. And remember, Rogue changed her mind. She was like, look, after she kissed Magneto, she was like, look, she in her own way, she was saying that she wanted to be with Gambit. Even though that she could never really physically touch Gambit because of her mutant powers, she still loved him so much, and she wanted to be with him no matter what. But obviously it didn't happen because he did the most heroic thing and sacrifice. And at the end we see her holding Gambit saying, I can't feel you. And who does that remind me of? Wanda Maximoff. Because she says something like that to Vision. Either Infinity War or WandaVision series. I can't remember that either. But I know she said something like that. So, again, there's a parallel between this and the MCU with certain characters like Jean Grey, or Madeline, I should say, had that Wanda feel with the Queen Gambit. And then Jean Grey just has the Phoenix. And now Rogue, she's got that Wanda Maximoff vibe going on. So, is this woman going to show up in there? I don't know, but there's a possibility because the post-credit scene, we see Captain America's shield. So, it looks like we're going to see the crossover of a crossover, hopefully. So, let's start off with the first topic. Madeline and Cyclops. So obviously they're seeing each other, and this reminds me of I think her name is, let me look her up real quick. Emma Frost, that's who I was thinking of. There's a comic book and I can't remember, but it reminded me how Emma Frost and Cyclops kind of have a thing for each other too, where they were like, she would kind of visit Cyclops through his brain, through his mind, like telepathic, and Jean's caught them too. So it kind of reminded me of that. And I get it. He still loves her because he believed that was the real Jean Grey. And for him, it's not like, oh, okay, well, at least I'm with the original Jean. Now I can just live my regular life. It don't work like that because he really has feelings for Madeline now. They have a baby together. And so he's already intentionally, consciously wants to be with her because he's probably sat down, he's probably went back and thought about the past, and he's probably realized that he's in love with Madeline more than the actual Jean. But then he's probably like conflicted with the idea that maybe he is in love with Jean. So who knows? But if I had to go with it, I feel like they're gonna just go with Jean, the original Jean, the actual Jean, not the clone version, and go with Cyclops. I don't think they would do Jean, the actual Jean and Logan love angle, but that's what I would like to see, and I think they should go with that. I think the idea would be cooler to see Cyclops and Madeline hook up if they're not going to have Emma Frost involved. But how many seasons are we getting? I don't know yet. They haven't even said it yet, I think. I don't know. But that's just the point. So if I had to guess, I would say that Jean and Cyclops are going to find that happy ending. And which goes on to Wolverine and Jean. I don't think they'll do that. As bad as I would like that, I don't think they will again. Just because I think they will just play it safe with Jean and Cyclops as far as pleasing the audience of that. But who knows? It's again, I can't. It's a love triangle. I just can't really connect right with because you never know where it's gonna go. Now, let's talk about Magneto and Gambit being dead. Now, Here's the thing. The same lady who's a journalism, she got footage of the aftermath of those super mega centiles destroying the mutants, right? And Gambit, or not Gambit, but Beast and Cyclops are watching this on TV. So everybody saw this. So that means the Avengers saw it, because in the post-credit scene we see Captain America's shield. So there is something going on, and this is tragic. Like, this is crazy. So who's behind this? Is it Mr. Sinister? Probably. And do I think Gambit and Magneto are dead? Magneto, no. Gambit, yes. Because, like I've been saying since episode 1, I truly believe that they're going to kill off a lot of the OG X-Men members, and we're going to see new members of a reamped or revised of the X-Men. I think, again, we'll have some of the OGs to be there as a mentor and a teacher, but I think a lot of them are going to get killed off. Or, for example, I truly believe that Cyclops and Jean, whether it's Madeline or the actual Jean, I think they're going to leave the group. Either they're going to live a normal life or they're getting killed off. But I also believe that they're going to be replaced with that. So I definitely see that. I could see a new group of members. Like, I can even see Wolverine just going solo, because Jean done kissed Logan, and I think that's going to torment him, and now this is going on. Like, will he find out that Cyclops and Madeline been secretly seeing each other? And will he use that? Or is he afraid of being heartbroken? So, and usually Wolverine just kind of packs his bag and dips out and does his own thing. But then every time he does that, everybody's trying to get Logan and his skeleton bones. So that's still a thing. Now the question to what I've been saying is, do we get a new members of the X-Men where it's a whole completely new team members and a new team leader? I believe that's where they're going with this. I think this is their chance. I think Marvel's animation is going to use every mutant character they can use and tell new stories with these. And I think that it's going to work, and I think the audience will enjoy it. I think because in the MCU, the live action cinematic, we're getting Deadpool, Wolverine, we're obviously getting Beast. We're seeing the X-Men come into the live action of the MCU is what I'm trying to say. But with the animation, they can introduce characters that are not as popular as Wolverine, Cyclops, Gambit, Rogue, Beast. I think we'll get all that in the live action of the MCU, and while everybody's going to enjoy that, but we can also learn to enjoy seeing these new characters. Now, I had to use new characters very lightly, because the characters they're going to use are probably not as popular in the mainstream of the audience who watch these shows. So they're not new characters, but they're going to be introduced, and it's going to feel new to an audience who never really paid attention to the comic books, which that's what they're aiming for. So that's where I see it, and I could see it's becoming more true and true, because if Gambit's officially dead in episode 6, then I'm right. They're gonna have new characters, And I tell you what, there's a lot of mutant characters that have great stories to tell and unique mutant powers. And I hope they get that chance in season 2 or season 3. So I'm really hoping to continue this series, and I think it's going to be worth it. We'll have the OG X-Men in the live action, but I think in animation, this is their chance to let Marvel Animation do their thing, and I bet there's mutant characters they would like to just focus on. And think about it. Maybe we don't have Cyclops, but we have Nightcrawler. Maybe we don't have Jean, but maybe we get Storm and Jubilee. You know, it can be anything. Or Emma Frost. You know, just characters they haven't really used, but can still be there. I'm really excited about that. So that's what I'm hoping. And I really like this episode because it gives me the hope of this could actually be the thing. Maybe I figured it out. I don't know. So 1 out of 10, I'm giving this episode a 10 because I liked it. It was just fun to watch and very action packed. And I was very shocked about Gambit getting killed. If he's killed. Who knows? So that's my review. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment Official channel. Subscribe. Hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys and peace out.